Good morning. I am Dr. Vijay Kumar, Professor Mechanical Engineering. Today we are going to discuss about the psychromatic process. Before going to the psychromatic process, we want to know the psychromatic properties. So first of all, we deal with the psychromatic properties and go with the chart. Just a moment, I will share the screen now. Yes, now our screen is visible to you. I think so. Now we pass on to the psychromatic process. First of all, what is the necessity of air conditioning? Already we discussed about the air conditioning system, that is summer air conditioning, winter air conditioning, and year-round air conditioning. These things are we discussed earlier. Just recalling this, what is the necessity of air conditioning? So the necessity of the air conditioning is to provide comfort condition for the human. To provide comfort condition of human comfort. Similarly, it provides comfort in commercial places like cinema theater, restaurant, office, shopping complex, banks, and etc. And then the industrial process also required the controlled condition of the air conditioning. And then ultra clean atmosphere for the precision work. For minute precision work, ultra atmosphere is required. Dalton's law of partial pressure. It is nothing but the total pressure is equal to summation of all gases, all gases exerted, all gases exerted by the partial pressure. So that is Fulton's Dalton's law of partial pressure. Psychromatic properties of air. First one is dry air. Dry air is nothing but mixture of oxygen and nitrogen having some percentage. Say example 21 percentage of oxygen and 79 percentage of nitrogen. So exactly we tell it as 20.91 percentage of oxygen and 79.09 percentage of nitrogen. Second property is moist air. Moist air is nothing but mixture of dry air and water vapor. Before going to that, what do you mean by moisture? Moisture is nothing but water vapor present in the air. Moisture is nothing but water vapor present in the air. So moist air is defined as it is mixture of dry air and water vapor. And then what do you mean by saturated air? Saturated air which have maximum amount of water vapor. So beyond this, we not able to add water vapor to the air. That is the condition of saturated air. So dry bulb temperature. The temperature which is measured by the ordinary thermometer. The thermometer not having any provision. Very simply, ordinary thermometer, we measure the temperature means that type of temperature is called as dry bulb temperature. See here, wet bulb temperature. What do you mean by wet bulb temperature? The same measurement of thermometer, only thing the bulb is covered with wet cloth. The thermometer bulb is covered with wet cloth. After that we measure the temperature. That temperature is called as wet bulb temperature. Now, wet bulb depression. What do you mean by wet bulb depression? It is the difference between dry bulb temperature and wet bulb temperature. So the wet bulb depression is nothing but the difference between the dry bulb temperature and wet bulb temperature. Next one is dew point temperature. The dew point temperature is nothing but it is the temperature of air recorded by the thermometer when the moisture present in the air begins to condense or begins to vapor. Begins to condense or begins to vapor. That critical point is called as dew point temperature. The temperature measured at the time of moisture present in the air begins to condense. Next, dew point depression. What do you mean by dew point depression? Dew point depression is nothing but the difference between the dry bulb temperature to the dew point temperature of air. So the difference between dry bulb temperature to the dew point temperature is called as dew point depression. Specific humidity or humidity ratio, both are same. Specific humidity or humidity ratio is same. It is defined as the mass of the water vapor in unit mass of dry air. So mass of the water vapor to the mass of the dry air. Total mass of the water vapor to the mass of the dry air is called as specific humidity or humidity ratio. Next one is degree of saturation or percentage humidity. It is nothing but it's the ratio between mass of water vapor in unit mass of dry air. Mass of water vapor in the unit mass of dry air to the mass of water vapor in the same mass of dry air. Same mass of dry air. When it is saturated at the same temperature. When it is saturated at the same temperature. Right. Next one is relative humidity. Relative humidity is denoted by a letter psi. It is a ratio of actual mass of water vapor in a given volume of moisture to mass of water vapor in the same volume of saturated air at the same temperature and pressure. Clearly, we are telling that actual mass of water vapor in a given volume of moisture to the mass of water vapor in the same volume of saturated air at the same temperature and pressure. Finally, the enthalpy of moist air. It is a total heat contained in the moist air. Total heat contained in the moist air. So here the sensible heat and latent heat of moist air is nothing but the enthalpy, total enthalpy of the moist air. Yes. Now we going with the psychrometric process. Psychrometric processes. What are all the psychrometric processes? Sensible heating. So here the word sensible is most important because just we heating the water content, right? So the temperature is gradually increased up to 100 degrees centigrade. For I take the example of water. So up to 100 degrees centigrade, the temperature will rise. There is no change in the state. But after 100 degrees centigrade, the liquid state is converted into vapor state. So here, up to the 100 degrees centigrade, the heat is sensibly increased. So that heat is called as sensible heat. After that, the water is converted into vapor. So the state will change. That heat is called as latent heat. That heat is called as latent heat. So the sensible, the word is heating in the same state. Heating in the same state. So sensible heating and sensible cooling. It is increasing heat. Sensible cooling means decrease the heat. Now, humidification. What do you mean by humidification? Just we adding the water vapor to the air. Just we adding the water vapor to the air is called as humidification. What do you mean by dehumidification? Just removing the moisture content in the air. That is called as dehumidification. And the fifth one is heating and humidification. The first we sensible heater. After that, humidification process also obtained. That is the process heating and humidification. Similarly, sixth one, heating and dehumidification. We heating the air parallelly, we removing the moist vapor in the air. Seventh one is cooling and dehumidification. We cooling the air and removing the water vapor in the air also. That is cooling and dehumidification. Finally, cooling and with adiabatic humidification. What do you mean by adiabatic? We see in the fundamental, adiabatic means there is no heat transfer. Adiabatic means there is no heat transfer. So cooling with adiabatic humidification. And finally, ninth process is adiabatic mixing of two air streams. Adiabatic mixing of two air streams. Right. Generally, the properties of air is described here. First one is dry bulb temperature. Second one is wet bulb temperature. Third one is dew point temperature. Fourth one is relative humidity. And fifth one is humidity ratio. All we discussed earlier. So here there is a sample of a dry bulb thermometer. The diagram shows the dry bulb thermometer in terms of Fahrenheit. So here you see the bulb is covered with the wet cloth. The bulb is covered with wet cloth. This type of thermometer is called as wet bulb thermometer. So here dew point. The dew point is nothing but it begins to condense. Begins to condense. You see the leaf is the green leaf. There is a water droplet. Begins to condense from the leaf. This is the diagram. Source. Condensation of occurs at dew point. You see here fog occurs when air is saturated. That is condensation process. This one is vapor process, vaporization process. Fog occurs when air is saturated. This diagram describes. So the relative humidity is nothing but amount of water vapor, that is moisture, that a given amount of air is holding to the amount of moisture that a given amount of air can hold. See the difference. The difference, the ratio is called as relative humidity. You see here 50%, here 100% saturated. The humidity ratio, see here, humidity ratio, the droplet is collected in the bucket by white. So here some example of the psychrometric chart. So see here 95 degree Fahrenheit of dry bulb temperature and 78 degree Fahrenheit of wet bulb temperature is given. By using these two temperature, we can able to find out all other properties. Once we go with the mathematical model, it having so many formulas and take time, more time. But by using the psychrometric chart, it is very, very simple to find out all other properties. See this chart. See this chart. The dry bulb temperature is placed horizontally and the wet bulb temperature is inclinedly placed in the left side of the chart. The right side of the chart is nothing but humidity ratio and the dew point temperature 2. Okay, see here 95 Fahrenheit of dry bulb temperature, the vertical line. Vertical line is nothing but wet bulb temperature, dry bulb temperature. The 78 degree Fahrenheit is wet bulb temperature. Both are coincide in the one point. From this point, we can able to find out relative humidity. This line is the 50%, 40% line is relative humidity. And the horizontal line, this is humidity ratio, dew point temperature. The dew point temperature is 72 Fahrenheit. The relative humidity is 50%. For the dry bulb temperature 95 Fahrenheit and wet bulb temperature 78 degree Fahrenheit. This is a simple example. By using only two values, we can easily find out so many values by using this chart. So this is very simple and fast. It's a total psychrometric chart. It's a total psychrometric chart. So all the lines are visibly here. In detail, we can going to discuss in the next slides. Okay, one by one we see. See here, basic concepts. What are the basic concepts? First, you looking the y-axis. This y-axis towards upward humidification process, towards downwards dehumidification process. Clear? Similarly, in x-axis towards right side sensible heating, towards left side sensible cooling. So in between sensible cooling and humidification is nothing but cooling and humidification. Similarly, in between sensible heating and humidification, heating and humidification. Similarly, towards downwards, you see the downwards, in between sensible heating and dehumidification, there is a line, orange line, heating and dehumidification. Similarly, in between sensible cooling and dehumidification, there is a inclined line, green color, cooling and dehumidification. Clear? Right. These are all the process. These are sorry. These are all the process we explained here. Next, this is a saturation line. You see in the chart, there are so many lines, vertical line, horizontal line, inclined line, curved line. So many lines are there. But in this chart, there is only a skeleton outside, outline only visible. So this outline is nothing but a saturation line. This line is nothing but saturation line. Right. So now you see the temperature. Temperature, there are three temperatures: dry bulb temperature, wet bulb temperature, and dew point temperature. So see here, all the lines are vertical lines. All the lines are vertical lines. That is blue lines. These lines are called as constant dry bulb temperature. Constant dry bulb temperature. See here the horizontal line. Green color horizontal line is named as humidity ratio. Humidity ratio. Now you see here the humidity ratio line, also the dew point temperature line, both are same. Now the relative humidity line. The relative humidity line is nothing but that orange, reddish orange line, curved line, having percentage, having a percentage, relative humidity percentage is marked. So first of all, we want to know what line what indicates. Which line indicates which property. That is most important. Now you see the inclined line, inclined black line, right? That is called as constant specific volume. Constant specific volume. Now, next, constant wet bulb temperature. The inclination for the constant specific volume line and constant wet bulb temperature line is different. You see here, it is around 45-degree wet bulb temperature. This is 60-degree. Constant specific volume is 60-degree line. This is blue color. Wet bulb temperature is dark blue color. The specific volume line is black color. See the difference. In one chart, you cannot be able to find out initially. After you are doing some practices, you can easily able to understand. Before that, we separately indicate by the color and a separate chart for each and every properties. Next, enthalpy line. You see here, just you get confused because of the lines, inclination lines. I am making an angle only different and the colors also different. So the dark blue line is wet bulb temperature. Here the rose color. Rose color is indicates the enthalpy. Rose color indicates the enthalpy. See here, constant enthalpy line and wet bulb time together. Here the blue line indicates wet bulb temperature and the rose color indicates constant enthalpy. Right? Right. You see here all together. The total psychrometric chart is together. Here you see here specific volume line, relative humidity line, wet bulb temperature line, blue color, enthalpy line. The indication is here rose color. So here relative humidity line and here humidity ratio line, dew point temperature line, wet bulb temperature line, dry bulb temperature line, saturation line. So yeah, everything is together, right? Okay. Now reading a psychrometric chart practice. Sea level chart. Sea level chart is between dry bulb temperature and relative humidity. So dry bulb temperature is 70 Fahrenheit, relative humidity is 60%. See in the graph, first the dry bulb temperature line is drawn for 70 Fahrenheit. Next, the relative humidity is 60%, right? The star indicates the state point. The state point is nothing but a combination of this dry bulb temperature and relative humidity. From this, you can easily find out the all other properties. Okay. For the next example, so dry bulb temperature is 70 Fahrenheit and relative humidity is 60%. In this, we can find out the wet bulb temperature. You see here that star point 70 Fahrenheit dry bulb temperature, relative humidity is 60%, which meet one point, that is critical point. From this critical point, see the inclined line, that is blue color line. Here it is known as dark black line, wet bulb temperature, right? So see that reading. Wet bulb temperature is 61 Fahrenheit. For this 70 Fahrenheit and 60% relative humidity, the wet bulb temperature is 61 Fahrenheit. Here, dew point temperature. For the same reading, we can easily find out dew point temperature. See here, from the state point, just draw a horizontal line. This horizontal line which meets the saturation line, this point is called as dew point temperature. Otherwise, you take the reading at the right side, right? Both are same. Dew point temperature. How much? 55.5 Fahrenheit. Students, all of you do practice with the empty psychrometric chart. Then only you can easily observe the things. Now, you see the specific volume. Specific volume is an inclination line, black line for that particular state point. For the particular state point, inclined line, back inclined line is nothing but a specific volume line. So, how much? See here, 13.6 foot cube per LV dryer. So the psychrometric chart, each and every chart having some different values. Some chart having Fahrenheit, some chart having degree centigrade. For specific volume, volume by mass, that is meter cube per kg, or feet cube divided by LV of dry air. Like this also unit available. According to the chart, you can see the units. Next, according to this 70 Fahrenheit dry bulb temperature and 60% relative humidity, the humidity ratio, you see the humidity ratio, just to draw a horizontal line at the critical point, start critical point, just to draw a horizontal line, which meets the vertical line at the right side. So this is humidity ratio. So the humidity ratio is nothing but 0.0094 LV of water or LV of dry air. To convert into other unit, this 65.8, that is ratio in terms of percentage, right? Next, enthalpy for the same value. Enthalpy line, just the inclined line of rose color. Already we discussed. For that critical point, just inclination line, that rose color line, which means the graduation here. This graduation meets some point. This point is enthalpy. See here the value, right? You write this value. Okay. Just the vertical line indicates the humidification. Horizontal line, that is y-axis is humidification or dehumidification. X-axis is sensible heating or cooling process. In between, combination of any two process. See here, sensible heating process 1 to 2 is a sensible heating because the heating process towards right side, right? So energy balance is nothing but Ma1H1 plus Ma2H2, that is mass of the air, enthalpy of the air, plus mass of the air of the second stream and the enthalpy of the second stream is equal to third stream. You see here from left side, from downwards, first air stream, second side, second air stream. Both are combined, is combined into third air stream. For this, energy balance is Ma1H1 plus Ma2H2 equal to Ma3S3. Similarly, mass balance Ma1W1 plus Ma2W2, W is specific volume, equal to Ma3W3. By algebra, the ratio difference is S2 minus S3 divided by S3 minus H1 equal to W2 minus W3 by W3 minus W1. That is equal to Ma1 by Ma2. So this is cooling process. It's cooling process. So from 1 to 2, sensible cooling is towards left side. Sensible cooling is towards left side. For any doubt, you see this colored chart. You see this colored chart. Sensible heating is towards right side. Sensible cooling is towards left side. Humidification towards upward. Dehumidification towards downward. Right? See here, which meet the saturation point, that is dew point temperature, that is total heat. Total heat is nothing but sensible heat plus latent heat. Sensible heat plus latent heat is equal to total heat. The enthalpy line for the point 1. So enthalpy line for the point 2, right? So that is the total heat. Here sensible cooling. Sensible cooling means the heating process that is towards left. Cooling means 1 to 2 is towards left, right? Cooling process. And cooling and humidification, right? For that we are same. Okay. So it's simple cooling process. This one is cooling and dehumidification. Okay. With this, the properties of the psychrometrics are explained, right? You recall this colored chart, which is useful for the finding the processes by using the psychrometric chart. Any doubt, please ask me. Otherwise, we close the session today. Thank you. Thank you, friends. Thank you, one and all. We discuss tomorrow other topic.